catching cheaters and proud of it.
Ow, I'm sorry.
It's your home for War of the Roses on Mojo in the Morning.
Bethany?
Hello?
So not only do you suspect that there's cheating involved here, but you suspect that someone is pregnant?
Yes. Last week, I was, an animal, like a raccoon or something, got in my trash, like on the side of the house. Mm-hmm. And so I was cleaning up the garbage, and I found a positive pregnancy test. And it's not mine, obviously. And
well, explain the obviously part, because obviously it's not yours because you didn't take the pregnancy test. But explain the other thing that's obvious.
Well, I'm married to a woman,
like
my wife, so it's not my pregnancy test, so it must be hers. But as far as I'm concerned, she's a lesbian, and I don't know who could have gotten her pregnant.
Do you have reason to believe 100% that is your positive pregnancy test from your house? Like, are you sure that it's not somebody else putting garbage in your garbage?
Well, our garbage cans are in our gated backyard, so there's nobody. I don't think anybody else could have gotten in there.
Okay.
And it was in a bag that was tied up from our kitchen.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. Okay.
Is there any possibility that there's a guy that is in your wife's life?
There is one. Our neighbor. He lives across the street, and as far as I know, he's married. And he works from home, and sometimes, my wife works from home as well. And sometimes they'll work from home together. Like, he'll come over. I see him come over on the ring cam sometimes. But I never would have even considered that they were sleeping together.
Has your wife ever had a relationship with a man before? Like, before you guys got together?
Not that I'm aware of at all.
Have you guys talked about having kids?
Not really. It hasn't really ever been a discussion. I didn't think either of us wanted them.
Mm-hmm.
So this wouldn't be just I'm trying to surprise you type thing.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
All right, you gave us the phone number to your wife and to this guy that's your neighbor, and we're going to call them both up to see what they sound like when they talk to each other. And again, if you're just tuning in right now, Bethany suspects that her wife is cheating on her. They are in a relationship, and there is a pregnancy test that she found that was a positive pregnancy test. And she thinks that possibly it could be somebody fooling around with her wife. Hang on the phone, okay?
Okay.
We dial them both up, and then kind of let them talk, spoofing the numbers to make them think that each other called.
Hello.
Hello.
Calling?
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm just at home hanging out.
Oh, cool. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah.
You're not sick or sore or anything? I don't know.
No, I'm fine. Why?
Okay. I don't know. I want to check in.
No, but that's because everything's fine. So.
Okay, good.
What's going on?
I don't know. I'm concerned about you. I want to make sure you're doing okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, good.
Are you okay? Because you sound kind of weird.
Oh. Yeah. No, I'm right. And nothing's been really too worrying for me, I guess.
Okay. I don't know, this is kind of weird, Colin.
It's really weird. I don't know. I don't think that's that strange.
Well, I mean, I have, like, been feeling, like, a little sick, but, like, nothing, like, crazy, you know? Like, I haven't gone to the doctor.
What is going on between the two of you guys?
What?
Who's that?
What is going on between the two of you guys?
Bethany, where are you?
At work.
How did you get on this phone call?
I organized the phone call.
Krista, this is the Mojo in the Morning Show. And Bethany contacted us because she's suspicious that something was going on with you when she found a pregnancy test in your garbage.
Okay.
So what is going on?
Who is that?
Who hung up?
Somebody hung up.
That was Colin.
Krista? Is it Colin?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm here.
Krista, what is happening? Was that your test?
I mean, yeah.
And with the questions that were being asked by somebody that I would not suspect would be asking questions of how you're doing, Colin, your neighbor.
Can we assume that it's Colin's baby?
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
I mean, yeah, I wanted to maybe tell you, like, not on the phone, but yeah, I don't know what to say.
Do you want to talk privately?
Yeah, that would probably be a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to let you guys talk privately. And hang in here, okay? Bethany, hang strong. We'll be right with you, okay?
Okay.
Join the discussion now. 844-MOJO Live. 844-665-6548.
This is Mojo in the Morning.
If you're just tuning in right now, War of the Roses, a wife suspects that her wife is cheating on her and that she is pregnant, freaking out after finding a pregnancy test. We called the neighbor that hangs out with them all the time, and he seemed very concerned about how her health was. Bethany and Krista back with us?
Yeah.
Krista had an explanation. Bethany, you want to tell us what her explanation was?
She basically just said that, they've started, they were hanging out a lot, and one thing led to another, I guess, and, they just started, whatever. and it was an accident. And now she doesn't know what to do. So I guess that's something we're going to have to talk more about.
Krista, do you want to say anything at all, or are you wanting to stay quiet about this?
Yeah, I'd rather just talk to Bethany more privately.
Okay. Is this the first time that anybody other than you and your neighbor knew about this?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on one second, guys. In a same-sex relationship, but she cheated with the neighbor, the guy, I thought this could be an interesting topic. And obviously, I'll take some comments. I got a lot of comments on this three-way call. But I thought this could be an interesting, thing that is relatable maybe to you. People who are gay and their spouse cheats on them, not with someone of their same sex, but someone of their opposite sex. Has that ever happened to you? 844-MOJO Live. 844-665-6548 is the telephone number. Deanna is a sleuth, and she was listening very closely.
Oh, did we miss something?
It sounded to me like there was some whispering going on after Colin hung up the phone.
So many people are texting that.
Gonna listen back to it to see. Yeah. Usually when we listen to these things, and a lot of people sometimes will say, "Why do you even play music behind it?" I play music behind it, to be honest with you, because it's good production value.
Drama.
But honestly, I tried to dip it down as low as I possibly can, but I didn't hear anything when I was playing it back, but we'll have to go back and listen to it on the podcast, okay?
Okay.
Are you the whisperer?
Now you're whispering. Yeah.
Have a good day, guys.
I appreciate you. Jessica, what's up? It's Mojo in the Morning.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. What's going on?
I knew she was pregnant as soon as they got on the phone. As soon as he asked if she was sick and sore, because no neighbor is just going to ask somebody, right?
Yep.
Right early in the morning if they're sick.
Listen, the moment that they started having a conversation with each other, I knew it was over with. And honestly, I unmuted Bethany's line because at that point we already had evidence, and I figured if Bethany's going to say something, I wanted to have her be able to say it to, her wife and this guy. So, thank you.
I agree.
Thank you for the call. If you missed this War of the Roses, you can go check it out again on our Mojo in the Morning Show podcast. Antonia, hello.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good morning. Beautiful name. What's going on?
Thank you. So I got in the car to leave for work right as you guys were recapping it, and all I heard was that I don't even know her name, the wife who was cheated on.
Bethany.
That was an accident. Okay, my wife and I, if she cheated on us with our neighbor, who I love him, hi Ryan, there is no way. First of all, the relationship is done because there's pregnancy now, which means there's a constant reminder.
Yeah.
There would be no way, and I know for sure that would never happen, but if that was me on the other side and I was the one that was pregnant, my stuff would be on the lawn. There is no way that there was an accident there.
Yeah.
It's
you know what you're doing.
Well, and it's also interesting that some people have texted in and said, well, maybe she just wanted to have a child and she was looking for somebody to have a child with. I don't think that has anything to do with it, especially when you're not talking to your spouse about it,
Well, we have IVF babies. We spent a whole bunch of money on IVF babies, okay? If that's something that you're doing, then everybody's got to be involved, and there wouldn't be tears or you guys in the picture if it was discussed.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, you guys.
Have a good day. What's up, Cheyenne?
Hi, I was actually calling because I agree with the last caller that, the cheating it's not an accident. You know what you're doing, whether you're in it, before it, in the moment. And not only that, but say it's an accident, she doesn't necessarily know how many times this has happened if he's constantly coming over.
That's an interesting point. I wonder how long this has been going on, and we did not get any of that info. And I don't think that Bethany's gotten that info. That's going to be something that maybe in the coming days.
But you
we'll
can
be
tell
able to
by their conversation, it wasn't a one and done, oops, we tried it once and got pregnant thing. I mean, these guys seem to have had a relationship.
It's a conversation that they're having. It's not like are we going to take care of this? Or they're like, oh, how are you feeling? Which makes it seem like they've known for a while and they've already talked about it.
Mm-hmm. It's awful for, Bethany to go to work, leaving her spouse at home and hoping that she's never cheating on her, feeling comfortable that a neighbor guy comes over to the house who they're all friends with, thinking, okay, well, she has no attraction to him because she's gay.
Right. Like
and then,
he's safe,
and
quote
then
unquote safe.
Yeah, and then finding out that they've been behind her back, doing this. So, Mojo in the morning, I do want to get to some calls here, and I'm hoping that we get some of them. Ellen's been racing through the phone lines. We got like 28 lines ringing right now. And there's only one of Ellen, but we're hopefully going to get to this because I really want to know if this has ever happened to anybody where you're in a relationship, okay, you're gay, and your spouse cheats on you with the opposite sex. And was that person of the opposite sex that they cheated with somebody that you were close to that maybe you just let your guard down and didn't get suspicious about until you found out that they were cheating later? Marcus, what's happening?
How you doing?
Good. What's up?
I'm an openly gay man. I'm in a relationship, and there's no way I could accidentally sleep with anybody else, especially the opposite sex.
Yeah, because you have you have no attraction, and you're faithful, right?
Well, it's not that I don't have no attraction, but for one, I made a commitment to be with somebody, whether it's a man or a woman, and I honor that commitment no matter what.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Have you heard of this happening though? Have you heard?
I unfortunately I have. I have a friend that went through this. His husband cheated with one of his cousins, and she got pregnant. So,
wow.
I think if you're with somebody, no matter whether you're with a man or a woman, you should be faithful because cheating's cheating, and it hurts no matter what.
Absolutely. Well, this is the other case too. Is that's why we were so intrigued by this War of the Roses, and one of the reasons why we did this on the air was when you're hearing a wife say, "Yeah, I found a pregnancy test. I know it's not mine. I don't know how it can be my wife because." Who's she getting pregnant with? You know what I mean? That was like, okay. And then to only find out that it's the neighbor that is coming over to the house. Jacob, what's happening?
Hey, Mojo, how you doing?
I'm okay. What's going on?
Yes, I was in a 20-year relationship, and my husband cheated on me with my sister.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Family.
How did you find out that was going on?
My older brother told me he found them in a bed together. Jeez. And I came home from work and found them there. So
what to you is more shocking, that your husband is cheating on you or that your sister is cheating with your husband? Which one is the more shocking one?
It was more my sister than anything, because you're my family. And you're supposed to have my back in that type of situation.
Right. Yeah. Jacob, did you ever suspect that your husband was bisexual? Hold on a second, we're gonna dump.
We gotta dump that.
Dump that.
Sorry. All right, I just he so casually said that.
I just swallowed my gum.
Listen, I think we have a song that is in our system that is like that. He's only effing me. But
man, you got to have trust issues after that.
Can I say this? I was talking to my son Joe, who does the morning show on WFLZ in Tampa, and of course the afternoon show on Channel 955. And he said to me that he encourages his listeners to listen on the iHeartRadio app, unlike the radio, because on the radio we have to dump it. On the iHeartRadio app, you hear it. And he said, if you would like to really hear like some amazing swear words sometimes. And so I'll throw that out there too, because I think that is definitely an encouraging thing. I encourage you to listen to whatever radio station that we're in your town of on the iHeartRadio app, because it's undumpable on the app. Joey, hello.
Hey, good morning, guys.
What's going on? Good morning. War of the Roses Thursday.
Hey, so I had my ex-wife we've been divorced about 2 years now, but we were together for about 6 years. and she never had a question in my mind, but she used to go out to the bar all the time with her friends and stuff like that, which is no big deal. So come to find out, she had this one friend that she would always hang out with, never thought anything, never, blinked an eye. And one of my friends had seen her at the bar and was like, hey, I didn't know if you know this, but they're kind of like all over each other. I'm like, well, that's kind of weird, whatever.
When you say this friend, is this friend male or female?
It's one of mine. So her friend was a girl.
Okay. All right. Now we're talking.
So, and I never saw anything because they were really good friends. I've been over times, never even questioned it. So come to find out, one of my other friends had seen her at the bar with this girl, and they were kind of all over each other. So come to find out, like a week later, I ended up finding out that she was been seeing this girl for like the last 2 years. But she would go to her house all the time. I never questioned it. I never saw anything different. Come to find out, they were kind of a thing, and now we're divorced, and they're actually together now.
Wow. How'd you find out, by the way, that they were a thing?
The bar thing?
Yes, the bar thing, and then I kind of put two and two together that, they were kind of spending a lot of time together, and she finally just came out and admitted it.
Oh, okay, all right.
Did she ever try to convince you that?
Yes, a million times. I called her out a million times and asked her about it. She's like, no, I like guys, I like this. I'm like, okay, that's. I'm like, I don't care if you don't.
Sure.
It's kind of but I'd rather just be honest. But
right.
It took me about a year to get her to be honest. So.
And it's funny because most guys think, oh, well, that's a turn on. My wife's with it. But you're married. You don't want your wife leaving you for another woman.
Right, exactly. I mean, we're actually really good friends now,
Good.
I'm really good friends with her spouse that she's with now. So, it's kind of one of those things I'd rather you just, be honest and upfront about it.
Is that an ego blow to you as a guy?
What's funny is, a lot of my friends ask me, they're like, wow, you must not have been doing something right if she left you for a girl, but then again, you like what you like at the end of the day. So
Sure, good for you, man. You're a very sounds like together guy. Thank you for the call. Last call. I gotta end this because we're gonna run a little late. Mark, are you there?
Yeah.
Mark's willing to admit to us that he cheated. You're a gay man?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess. Well, I guess I'm kind of bisexual.
So you're in a relationship with a guy, your boyfriend, and you cheated with a girl. Who was the girl?
The girl was a coworker. The coworker I had worked because I had worked through high school and past high school at the same job for quite a few years, and I knew her for a while.
So, Mark, question for you: did you feel like you could get away with it more because your boyfriend would never suspect that you're going to be cheating with a girl?
I don't really know how to answer that. Eventually, the guilt kind of came up after me of like, what did I just do? It's kind of crazy. I never thought I would do something like that. I ended up telling him. We ended up splitting up because of it. You know what I mean? And,
right.
I completely understand. I mean, I know being I'm drunk is not a very good excuse.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was in his shoes, I would understand. Like, I wouldn't want to be with somebody who would cheat on you for anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And up until that point, I had only dated men. I was only ever with men up until that point. And I mean, to this day now, I kind of free roam it. You know what I mean? I'm not really attached down or anything like that, but I do.
You dabble in the vagina every now and again, huh?
yeah, kind of. I guess that experience kind of opened me up to that sort of.
Do you tell your guys that you're dating that you do this, or do you keep that secret?
Yeah, sometimes they get really when you're dating, like I've been to gay bars, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people, a lot of guys, I mean, they get really turned off when you say you kind of do both, sometimes. At least in my experience, I don't know if it's that same for that, but
so you keep it quiet.
I kind of keep it quiet. You know what I mean? Because when I get approached by a lot of people, they're like, oh, you don't seem gay, and it's like, well, I guess to an extent,
But when you're dabbling, it's when you're not in a relationship, or are you still sneaking around?
Oh, that was the only time I ever really cheated on anybody, honestly.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I was just out of high school. It was only like a year after, so I wasn't able to quite hold my liquor very well,
Right.
Mark, I appreciate your honesty.
Or your penis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for the call, buddy. Take care.